is your boy Timmy P coming to you once again. Today I'm broadcasting from Wilmington, North Carolina. We're delivering some shingles. As you can see from behind me, we're in a residential area. As you can see behind me. And if you know what happened in Wilmington, North Carolina back in November, you know a hurricane came through here and the Wilmington / Jacksonville, North Carolina area got it the worst. So basically what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about how I bought my truck on Craigslist. Because a lot of people really don't understand that you can buy a truck on Craigslist, a good truck. So y'all just sit tight. Once I get unloaded, get back to the truck stop, I'm going to break it down on how you can get your, well, basically what to do when buying a truck on Craigslist. And maybe you can get a deal like I got. All right? Sit tight. What's up, good people? All right, so I know that I said that I would be continuing this video in the truck stop, but I got about an hour more to go. The sun is going down, and I know once I get to that truck stop, I'm gonna be tired, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the rundown on how I got my truck on Craigslist. So, guys, I had about a $30,000 budget to work with. Now, I had an emergency fund of about, I want to say I had about $10,000 cash on top of that $30,000. And I also had 2 credit cards with about $20,000 in credit limit. That's what I had when I jumped out here. Everybody's situation is different, but that's what I had to work with. Now, you might ask, why did I choose Craigslist to buy my truck? Well, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on trucks, and I happen to know 2 or 3 guys that got their trucks from Craigslist, and that didn't go the traditional route. Not necessarily Craigslist, but they got their truck, you know, through word of mouth. They, you know, heard about people selling them. I know a guy who bought a truck from an auction, and a couple guys from used truck dealerships. Now, before I bought my truck, I was on Craigslist non-stop every single day, and I would see these trucks one day, and the next day they would be gone. So when I was finally ready to buy my truck, I got the, you know, the $30,000. And mind you, the $30,000 was for the truck and the trailer. I haul flatbed. The $30,000 was my budget for the truck and the trailer, and the rest of the cash that I had, roughly $10,000 cash and $20,000 in credit, that was for emergencies only. And when so I was basically ready to get my truck. I wasn't sure that I was going to find a truck on Craigslist. I was looking on truck paper. I was looking at certain dealerships. But like I said, prior to me getting my truck, I would see certain trucks on Craigslist, and the trucks would be gone so quick. And right around the time when I got my money, by the way, this video is brought to you by Green Tea. By the time I got my money to buy the truck, I started calling on certain trucks that I saw within my price range. Now, in my mind, I wanted to spend no more than $20,000 on a cash truck. And I knew that I wanted to get me a Freightliner Columbia, an International Eagle. I think they're like 9500s or whatever, but the International Eagle. Basically anything with a Detroit engine or a Cummins engine. No automatics. That was my preference. That's what I was looking for. Caterpillar maybe, but I knew that Detroit and the Cummings were good engines, and the Caterpillar, I don't know a lot of mechanics that work on Caterpillars. I heard that those engines are good engines, but they are complicated to work on, and only certain mechanics are good, you know, with Caterpillars. So not necessarily to say that I wouldn't buy a Caterpillar, but what I did was I was looking at Columbias, Internationals, and I was calling on these trucks. And when I would call, there was one truck in particular. It was like a 2007 Freightliner Columbia, right? And when that, it had a Detroit engine in it, and this truck had like 1.5 million miles. And the person I called, when he posted the truck, let's say on a Wednesday, I called that Wednesday afternoon, like, hey, what's up with the truck? And he told me, like, hey, I'm on the road, the truck is still in operation. And that's what the Craigslist post said. It said the truck is still in operation, and I will be in town on Monday or whatever, or Friday is what it was. So I called the guy, and he basically was like, yeah, I'll be back in town on let's say Friday morning. So I was like, okay, I want to see the truck. The truck was beautiful, guys. It was well maintained. The guy said that he had maintenance records, and that was key. So we scheduled a time to meet up on Friday. Friday came around. He told me to call him around 12 o'clock. I called him at 11 a.m. Truck was gone. Truck was gone. I also called on a trailer that I saw on Craigslist. That was a great price. And the reason why my budget was $30,000, because I knew that I could find a decent truck that would get me going for about $20,000. And based off of the trailers that I was looking at, $10,000 for the flatbed trailers, that, you know, my preference flatbed was about the top of what I needed. So long story short, guys, I'm looking at stuff on Craigslist, and I'm calling on trucks, and, you know, certain people are telling me, oh, those trucks are gone. Well, you know, this truck is gone, or, you know, I got somebody come and look at it today. If they if the person don't buy it, I'll call you back. But every time I will call on these cheap trucks, mind you, the trucks in my price range, the trucks would be sold. And I even called on a flatbed once I got my money, and the guy told me the same thing. Guys, it was like a 48-foot Great Dane, 2010. It was a combo trailer, spread axle, perfect for what I needed. This guy had all the chains, he had tarps, everything. He wanted about $13,000 for everything, and I told him that my budget was about $10,000. So he said that he would sell me the trailer if the guy that he already scheduled to come see it didn't buy it. The guy bought the damn trailer, and I should have just gave the guy what he wanted, but I was worried that it would cut into my truck budget. He wanted $13,000, right? But, and I could have got it for 13, but I didn't have a truck yet. I did not want to buy the trailer before I bought the truck. And I know I said, you know, the title of this video is going to be about getting trucks on Craigslist, but you can also get good deals on trailers on Craigslist as well. So let me go back to the truck. Guys, the truck that I'm driving right now, it posted on a Friday. Okay, and I think this was the same Friday that I was supposed to go look at the other Columbia, but it sold. I called that guy at 11 a.m. and he said that truck was sold. And you might be wondering, like, but that truck had 1.5 million miles. I know it had 1.5 million miles. These Detroit engines, Detroit 60 series engines, these trucks, if these engines, if well maintained, can go for up to 2 million miles. It's very common if these engines are well maintained. So that same Friday, guys, it was like Friday evening. I had just got off of work. Mind you, at the time, I'm a company driver. I saw the tray. I think I was at work or just getting off of work, and my truck posted on Craigslist maybe 23 minutes before I had seen the post. So I called the guy, and the price was about $15,000. Hold on. Yeah, the price was posted for, I think, like $15,000. And I called the guy, and it was actually a I'm looking out my mirror because DOT just got behind me. He just made a U-turn. We'll see if he speeds up here in a second. All right. So I called the guy, and it was actually a auction type of place that answered the phone. The guy used a third-party type of company to post the truck, and I told him, like, hey, I'm interested in buying this truck. Can I come see it tomorrow? Well, he said, well, yeah, you can come see it, but let me call the owner first, and let me see if the owner is interested in meeting up with you tomorrow. So, you know, after about an hour, they called me back and they agreed. The guy actually gave me the owner's phone number. I called the owner and said, hey, my name is Tim. I'm a company driver. I'm very interested in your truck. If the truck is like you say it is on the post, then I will, you know, I'm gonna level with you. All I have is $13,500, and that's what I told the guy. And he was like, all right, well, you know, come look at it tomorrow. And, you know, because I just didn't want to waste my time, and I didn't want to waste his time, and I needed a truck ASAP. So what I did was I called the guy, and I let him know, you know, what I was looking for, and that his truck matched the criteria. DOT just got back on the median, so we're good. All right, so I told the guy straight up, like, hey, my name's Tim. I'm trying to get this truck. I would like to buy it, but I'm not gonna come there and lowball you. If the truck is like you say it is, I will have a certified check for $13,500, and I'm gonna bring my mechanic with me. He's gonna look over the truck, and we're going to take it home with us. So the guy was excited. You know, he was like, you know what, I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate you leveling with me. And matter of fact, I even offered to bring cash, but you know, it was kind of like he didn't trust me bringing cash. And I told him, like, well, look, I'm with Bank of America. I'll bring a certified check written in your company's name for this amount. So we agreed on the meetup location. Now, you guys got to realize that there might not be trucks in your immediate area. I live in the Metro Atlanta area. This truck was in Rome, Georgia. It took us an hour, and I think it took like an hour, 30 minutes to drive up there from where I live. That Saturday morning, I got the check at my bank, and we drove right up there, and I got my mechanic to look at the truck. If you're gonna buy a truck on Craigslist, then you gotta realize that, you know, you can't just be eyeballing this stuff. The guy who I took up there with me was a certified mechanic. Like, he wasn't new to this, he was true to this. He looked over the truck, everything was great, everything was good. He looked at every single thing inside and out. We checked the air conditioning, we checked the lights, we checked the oil, you know, we checked the just all the fluids, and we crank it up and we test drove it. And you know, after the test drive, my mechanic looked at me and said, if you don't buy this truck, I'm gonna buy this truck. Man, that was all I needed to hear. I walked over to the guy, I showed him the check, said, look, man, I want the truck. And he looked at the check. The only thing that happened that, you know, that went bad was I spelled the name of his company wrong on the check. And, you know, it wasn't written out. It was a certified check through the bank. So we had to go all the way back home, wait till Monday because the bank had closed. I had to get another check, written out. He was really cool about it. I had to get another check from my bank, certified check, and with his name, this company's name spelled correctly. And we, my wife and my kids actually drove me back up there to pick up the truck, and we drove it. I drove it back home. Now, this truck had 1 million miles on it when I got it, just like a little over 1 million miles. Like, right now, I know I've driven this truck for, I've driven this truck for 1.5 years now, almost 2 years, and I'm at 1.1, almost 1.2 million miles. But when I got it, it was like just turned over 1 million miles. I drove the truck from August 2017 until March of 2018, right before my kids' spring break. That's when I rebuilt the engine on this truck. And technically the engine didn't need to be rebuilt. It just needed a few, it needed some injectors. It needed like 2 injectors. I could have changed out all the injectors and saved thousands of dollars. But my plan was to work the truck just as long as it would stay healthy, just as long as I could save up about $15,000 to rebuild the engine, so that I could really have peace of mind. And no, I wasn't driving all the way across the country. I was driving regional, in and out of Georgia. I mean, in all the neighboring states, just like I do now. I drove into Tennessee. I drove into Florida, Alabama, a little bit of Mississippi, just, regional, southeast regional, just like I do now. And I rebuilt the engine in March of 2018. Right now it is February of 2019. Truck is running good. I got a 1-year warranty with the engine rebuilt. I got a new turbo on this thing. The truck is holding up. Now the truck does have, a little few issues here and there because it's an older truck. It has 1 million miles. So I'm finding myself replacing a lot of little tiny parts that's not causing me much, if not any, downtime at all. The little repairs that I'm making, I'm doing on Saturdays or Sundays, or I might get off early on a Friday, put the truck in the shop and pick it up Saturday afternoon, go back to work on Monday. Guys, there are good trucks out there on Craigslist. Listen, if you're gonna go the Craigslist route, take a mechanic with you. And also, one very important thing that I left out was the guy I bought my truck from bought this truck, I think he said 2007. Now the truck is in 2005. He had this truck for 10 years. He had one maintenance shop that did all the upkeep on this truck. He gave me all the 10 years of maintenance records on this truck. And I can show you guys this. I might try to take a picture of it if it's still in my truck right now and upload it to this video. That's key to it. You can find somebody that's selling the truck that can give you maintenance records. That's key. The guy had all the maintenance records. He serviced the truck every 10,000 miles, guys. What a blessing. I'm so glad that I got this truck when I did. Make sure you bring a mechanic with you, guys. You can't just be eyeballing the truck, because anybody can take a truck to a blue beacon and get the engine sprayed off and polish the wheels and polish the tank, and you think you got a good truck, and also they'll change the oil and the fluids, and you think that everything is good, but the truck might not be worth the damn. So you got to take a mechanic with you, and you also got to have a reserve maintenance fund for something that could go wrong within the first 3 months, enough to rebuild the engine. Like I said, I had 10,000 cash and I had another 20,000 in credit to the side when I bought this truck, so I was ready. But I made the money back hauling local freight, just running regional, mostly local, Georgia to Georgia stuff. I made this truck pay for itself within 3 months. I made that I'm sorry, guys. Did I say I paid $13,500 for this truck? How much did I pay for this truck? I paid $12,500 for this truck, and I paid $13,000 for my trailer. $12,500 is was the agreement to what we got. I said $13,500 earlier, so I paid a little bit more for the trailer than I wanted to, but it was August, it was flatbed season. I had to pay, you know, I had to get rolling. The trailer was good. It had a decent warranty on it. But you guys can do this. If y'all have any questions, just comment below on this video. I'm trying to bring y'all the best content that I can. Stuff that, you know, a lot of people want to know, especially people that's new to the industry and that's trying to get in the industry, people like myself. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'll see y'all on the next video. Salute.